Today, we're in Montana, heading up into the hills for a relaxing camping trip. Taking in the views just across the Canadian border, finding some shade from the sweltering sun, and watching the sunset over the lake before the stars light up the night sky. Ready to hit the trails and relax in the Montana backcountry? Well, tag along. Our journey starts here in, well, the forests of Montana. We're back down in the States, if you've seen our last video, and we're doing a little bit of exploration. And well, I thought, well, we might as well go camping out here because it's such a beautiful place to explore. And I thought, well, the lake is just down there and I do want to go camping at the lake, but I thought we might as well do one camping trip up here in the hills and enjoy the view. That said, it is like 30 degrees, so we'll be doing some hot weather camping in our rooftop tent. This is kind of the first time we've done something like this with our new rooftop tent, so we're going to have to give it a go and try it out. The plan is to go up this mountain and find a place with potentially a view of the mountains and, well, the lake beneath us, and set up camp and we'll just relax and enjoy the night. We're not going to be doing any crazy off-roading, but we'll be enjoying this beautiful scenery and having a relaxing night camping in the Forester. And well, I think here is actually a really good spot. I might have to come a little bit more this way to get off the road. But we're kind of level. I'll throw some rocks under it. I forgot my max tracks. Didn't really need them. We weren't doing any off-roading, but it's always good to have them for leveling out. But we have a view of the water down there and we can actually see the road that we came up on. So I think we'll have a pretty good view here. And then we're also protected by all these trees with a little bit of open space here to maybe even see the meteor shower tonight. We'll have to see, because it is supposed to be the highest point for the meteor shower. So we'll just have to see, but let's go ahead and figure out how to set the tent up here. We also got to be careful of that ledge over there so our ladder doesn't go right off the edge. And there we go. We're all leveled out, or well, level as I need it to be. As you guys know, I'm not particularly particular about how level the car is, so I'm not too worried. As long as we're not at like a 20-degree angle, I'm happy. But would you look at that view that we have, and it will get even better once the tent is set up. But before we go ahead and set up the tent, we're going to go ahead, enjoy this view we have, and well, as you guys know, cook some food. This is the whole reason I have this nice camp kitchen set up, is because we can literally roll up to a campsite and have food going within 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm gonna start some pork chop, and then we'll go ahead and we'll enjoy our meal with that view before we go ahead and set up camp for tonight. That said, our tent is pretty easy to set up, so it won't take us more than a couple minutes. With dinner ready, we sat down and enjoyed the view and the meal. And well, I gotta say, I've had some dinner at some pretty nice views, and that is definitely one of them. We're not quite at golden hour yet. We still got a couple more hours. It's only 7, but it's still really hot. But the view of the lake is just something you cannot complain about. Anyways, with that said, we're going to quickly wash our dinner here, and then I think we might actually have some dessert because this freezer is pretty cool. And well, the cool thing about this fridge and well freezer is that it's a freezer. So while I'm down here in Montana, I was able to pick up some huckleberry ice cream, and I can take it on my ventures and well have some while we're out here in the middle of Montana. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, is gonna have some ice cream and well enjoy this view. And then once the sun kind of gets off of the tent, I think that's going to be a good time to go ahead and set up the tent. So let's enjoy the view. And well, it does look like the sun has just dropped below those trees there. Not quite behind the mountain yet, so we still got a little bit of sun. But I think it's probably a good time as ever to go ahead and set up the tent for the night. As I said, we shouldn't get the ladder like right about here, so we've got a little bit of room before the drop off, but we'll just have to see setting it up. And well, it's still crazy hot out. It's still saying 29 and it's almost sunset. So what I'm going to do is, instead of putting the little holders up on here, is I'm going to roll these right up so that I can get the most amount of airflow possible. It's definitely hotter here in the tent rather than outside. The temperature is starting to drop outside and there's a little bit of breeze, but in here there's not much breeze even with all the windows open. That said, you can see we have a pretty epic view. So once I close this, it will be the forest. And then here you can see the road. And then if we go down a little bit here, you can actually see that right from the tent, I can see the lake, which is pretty awesome of a view. That said, with everything set up, it's really just time to enjoy the view, relax, and well, wait for, I don't know if we'll get much of a sunset. We have sunset in 16 minutes, so we should be seeing a pretty good sunset, but with no clouds, we probably won't see much, so it'll just go into darkness, and then hopefully we'll see if we at least have a clear sky to maybe see some meteors tonight. And the cool thing is, sitting here, you can actually see Canada. So we are probably about a 15-minute drive from the Canadian border. And you can actually see there's kind of two sets of mountains. That far set of mountains there is actually Canada. So it's pretty cool to see. If we look even farther, you can see the mountains all the way on a very clear day out into the Cranbrook kind of Fort Steele area. So when you have a good view here, you have a really good view. And while there was a few meteors, we unfortunately were on a kind of a time crunch with the moon rising. Right now, the moon has risen just above the mountains and kind of in the tree line right now. And well, unfortunately, it is starting to light up the sky pretty well. That said, with the vents open on both sides of the tent, it is like the perfect temperature for sleeping. My watch says 23, so I think we'll have a really nice sleep tonight, which is nice because I was thinking it was going to be crazy hot. The sun is rising in 6 hours now, so it's pretty much time to go to sleep before we get the sunrise. And it wakes us up. Thankfully, with the dark fabric on this tent, we are able to sleep a little later than sunrise, but I'm pretty sure this tent will heat up pretty quickly in the 30 degrees weather we're supposed to get tomorrow. And well, with the windows closed, it's pretty much time to jump, well, we're not going to be jumping in a sleeping bag, but probably lay kind of on it and head to bed. So I'll be seeing you sometime a little after the sunrise. And well, good morning from Montana. As you can tell, the sun is out and well, it is hitting the tent a little bit. The tent was great until that sun started hitting. And even though it's got blackout fabric, it is quite warm. So I opened up the window to get some airflow in there, but it's definitely a little bit hot. And well, it's 9 a.m. and it's actually 22 degrees. So it is definitely going to be another warm one today. So we're probably going to get that tent packed up here in a minute. But as you can see, we got that same view from the tent. It was a really nice view. You could see it even at night, as you guys saw. The moon was lighting up all of Montana, and we could see right into Canada at night, just under moonlight. It was pretty cool. With that said, we're going to go ahead, set up the tent, because, as I said, it is getting pretty toasty in there, and start making some food, and then we'll be ready to go, hit the road. And well, that is really quick and easy when we're leaving our minimal sleeping stuff in here, because summer we don't need a ton of stuff. It closes up really quick, and well, we just gotta go ahead, push everything in, close the latches, and we're already done with our breakfast ready to go. The tent packed up. Let's go ahead, sit down, and enjoy this view for one last time. Now we're heading back down the hill to the main road. So that's going to wrap it up for this, well, really calm and peaceful and relaxing camping adventure. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It just goes to show that sometimes all you need is a little bit of a camping trip and nothing too crazy, doing some off-road trails to relax and reset. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I do, and let me know down below if you do any of these camping trips or it's all extreme camping trips and off-road adventures for you guys. While you're down there, don't forget to go ahead and check out Flat for Off-Road for all your Venture Subaru needs here in Canada, or well, up in Canada, and the channel memberships for some exclusive perks as well as some behind the scenes content. And well, I'll be seeing you in the next adventure.